What's up team, how's it going? Welcome back to a new video. And we've seen the BBC have been in the news for the last week for things that they should not have done, but they did it. We knew they were doing it. They've just finally been caught. But I want to talk to you today just because everyone's talking about it, so why not give my opinion and why I think a TV license is absolutely crazy and whether you can or cannot pay for it. By the way, it's not legal advice, just from the research I've done, just to help you. If you are looking at cancelling your TV license, do what you want. It's totally down to you. But as we know, they edited footage of the President Donald Trump. It was immoral. The BBC have shown no integrity, no courage, no discipline, and they have let the British public down for saying they are a non-biased broadcaster. We know that's an absolute lie. And so many people are calling for them to be gone, which I do agree with. I don't really watch the BBC. Well, I don't watch the BBC. And I think the TV license is absurd. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's absurd. And then we will cover on sort of the side where the government say you have to pay it and why you have to pay it. But why do I think it's absurd? You pay a TV license, right? This is by the government website, just to let you know. You need a TV license if you watch or record live TV on any channel or service, or if you use BBC iPlayer. So BBC, by the looks of what I'm reading, doesn't have to be live. If you watch any BBC, BBC News, BBC iPlayer, the BBC One, whatever, you need a TV license. But they're saying you also need a TV license to watch any other channel or service that is live. So you're basically paying the BBC and the government to watch TV because it's any channel. We're meant to be a democracy, a free country, free people. TV, yeah, it's a luxury, but it's something that's been developed over the last century and you have to pay to watch it. Bearing in mind, if you have Sky TV, you have to pay for your Sky. But if you're watching that if you're watching that live, you then have to pay another license on top of that, which all that money, as we know, goes to the government and the BBC. So you're paying to watch other channels to fund another channel that you don't watch. That is mind-boggling to me that in 2025 we have to pay a license to sit at home in the luxury of our house to sit back and watch TV. TV you're already paying for because you're paying for the service from Virgin, Sky, Now TV, or whatever it is. Because if you're watching, this is per the website, look, I'll get it up for you. You need a TV license if you watch or record live TV on any channel or service, or if you use BBC iPlayer. You do not, okay, let's look at this. Let's change the screen. You do not need a TV license to watch streaming services like Netflix, Disney Plus, on-demand TV through services like All 4, Amazon Prime Video, videos on websites like YouTube videos or DVDs. But any other channel. Bearing in mind this costs £174.50 per year at the moment, and it's looking to go up, I think, to around £181 a year. There's talks, people trying to say it needs to be scrapped, maybe it needs to turn into a subscription service. We need to catch up with modern times. It is way too much money. Look, I think it should be scrapped unless you watch BBC. If they want to come up with a subscription service, then let them do it. But if you genuinely do not watch the BBC, why are you paying a TV license to watch live TV on another service that you're already paying for? Can you cancel it then? Once again, this isn't legal advice. I'm not a lawyer, it's just research. It's just trying to help you guys out. If you want to cancel it, that's down to you. You know, you could just turn them away at the door. They will most probably continue to send you letters and send people around, but do what you need to do. It's up to you. Legally though, from what I've read, once again, not legal advice, but legally from what I've read, obviously because you watch it, any live TV, you do legally have to pay it as per the government website. What you do is completely down to you. Obviously, I can't tell you what to do. But yeah, that's what we're paying for. We are paying to watch any live TV on any channel or service, which is crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. And in other news, this is absolutely crazy as well. The Labour government claims to, who are utterly beholden to international law and human rights, bearing in mind Keir Starmer is a former human rights lawyer. They now want to scrap the right to trial by jury. This has come out in the news yesterday. I'd like to know how true it is. I've been trying to do as much research as possible, but just to give you a heads up, they are talking about removing the right to trial by jury, which has been around since the time has ever been done, pretty much 1159 or whatever it is, when Magna Carta come about. You know, innocent until proven guilty. They're saying because of the backlog of courts, and this could lead to more convictions, even though we got an over manned, you know, we're over on the limit of amount of prisoners we can hold anyway. So yeah, we want people to be in prison for the crimes they commit, but they need to build more prisons. But they want to remove the right to trial by jury. So basically, the police and the Crown Prosecution Service would gather all your evidence. This is going to be for a new number of crimes where they're looking to take trial away, and you're basically, your fate will be decided just by a judge, not by a jury. Which I think's crazy. I think you should have the right to trial by jury. I think, especially with what is going on in the world at the minute around free speech and everything else, I think it's just part of it. It is Britain. We wrote and designed Magna Carta, pretty much the rule of law, what so many other countries now go off, and they now want to start scrapping it for certain crimes. Once you do it for a small amount of crimes, it then continues to increase. Once you take something away, they never take it back. They start taking more. Once they take something away, they never put it back. They start taking more. So I think we should keep this. I think you should always have a right to trial by jury, no matter the crime. That's my personal opinion. I'd love to know your thoughts on this, but this is Keir Starmer's way of somehow speeding up the courts, but not dealing with the overcrowding in our prisons. I think Labour Party have just absolutely lost their minds. And once again, British culture, British traditions, they're just trying to chip away at it and take away. We spoke about this in so many videos now. What does it mean to be British? What is British culture? What is British traditions? We need to keep them alive. It's not about anything else. It's about us staying united. It's about our communities, and it's about keeping our culture and traditions. The Magna Carta, the right to trial by jury, is part of Britain. It is what it means to be British. And they're looking at slowly just chipping away at everything and taking it away. And that's what we need to stand up and say, no, we need to keep our culture and traditions. It's looking like he's losing anyway. If you look at the polls, you look inside the Labour Party, he has got MPs turning on him left, right and the centre. But he's come out in the news today saying he is going to lead the Labour Party into the next general election. Is that going to happen? Is it really going to happen? Are they even going to make it to the next general election? We've got a budget coming out at the end of the month. You've got local elections next year. It's going to be very interesting times coming about. But remember, our culture, our traditions live by our values, and you can take them away from the military because they're built by British values. Always remember sea drills, courage, discipline, respect for others, integrity, loyalty, selfless commitment. Live by those values. Live by them. Stick to our traditions, our communities, stay united. And that's how we have a better, more stable and secure Britain. Thanks for watching. Remember, comment below what your thoughts are on this. I'll be very interested to hear what you've got to say on the things we've discussed today. And I'll see you soon.